We are live. Oh, we're live. We can have a gin and tonic now. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I can get my days all out of sync this week. Happy Wednesday. Even though in the world of YouTube, there is no such thing as days. Who cares what day it is? People could be watching this late at night. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, hi. If we haven't met before, hi, I am Kate from zipandshare.co.uk. If I sound out of breath, it's because I've just ran downstairs to stop the border terrier puppy coming in and attacking everything. Hi, Verity. Nice to see you. Hello. We've got a busy evening today. We've got a busy evening and we are having a lovely chat. I reckon he's going to be lovely. I mean, we've only had a little chat before, but I think he's going to be lovely to chat with. David from Cardiff Distillery. So what are we drinking? Are we having a midweek tipple? Are we staying off it? What are we doing? I've purposefully bought a tiny glass with me, like a borrower size posh glass. Hi. So that I can't drink much, and I wouldn't drink from the bottle, would I? Because that's uncouth. So hi, Sally. Let's see who's joining me this evening. The reason for being here. Oh, look, he's got all of his posh lined up in the background. Look at that. Product placement.
Indeed.
Hello, David from Cardiff Distillery.
Good evening, Kate. How are you doing?
Oh, other than the dog drama, I've got a little gin and tonic in my hand. Oh, poured a Calon. Now, Tina has just told me the gin she has poured. She's poured herself one of these. But I'm not going to say its name because I'm consciously always concerned that I will get it wrong. Pardon?
Callenbach.
Now, it's the second part of that word, of that naming that I spelled. Calonvach.
Yeah, single F is pronounced as a V.
You see, if they'd taught me that at school, look where I'd be. Where would I be? And this, fine sir, is only one in your beautiful. That's
the latest one to the stable, as it were. Yeah.
So it is the latest one in the family. So first of all, tell us who you are, sir. Tell us a bit about Cardiff Distillery.
I'm David. Officially I'm the general manager at the distillery. I joined just before Christmas 2019. It was a restaurant, bar, hotel. 18 months down the line, not even when our fully fledged distillery.
So wait a minute. You started as a restaurant, bar, and hotel, and then what? Just these punters are buying a lot of gin. I know what we can do.
The distillery, Paul and Julie had set up the distillery, but it wasn't live in that sense on site. So during the first lockdown, we completely refurbished the bar, the restaurant, and converted what was the standalone 2-bedroom coach house at the back of the car park into a gin distillery.
Wow.
And then we converted the car park into the dining pods, which people may or may not have seen on our social media. And we had three glass plastic igloos for private sort of social distance dining out there.
Okay, so this was in response to
this was our COVID plan, to sort of keep the place going when we could open up outside. So yeah.
I don't think I've heard the phrase "we converted our car park into dining pods." I think that's the first time I've heard.
We also bought a horse box, and that's going to be a horse box gym bar out there as well. So we've kept ourselves occupied this year, yeah.
So have we? You said general manager, and when we had emails, it was lovely Paul that I was messaging directly, and Paul said, didn't he, earlier, like last week or this week, I can't remember, and you don't want me on camera, I'm not gonna do it. Here it is.
Yeah.
I know someone perfect for the job. David will do it. So is Paul camera shy? Was he like, I don't want it?
Yeah, very much so. Paul's our sort of founder and distiller, as it were, from day one.
Yeah.
Him and Julie, husband and wife team that own the place. But yeah, I get pushed out as, David runs the operations. He'll do that. So yeah.
David will do it.
So I keep making appearances on news bulletins and rip off Britain and other such things. Well, oh yeah, don't talk about that. And I'm like, so can I get an equity card?
Well, I feel this is a real down step that you've been on ITV and Rip Off Britain, and now Paul's dragged you onto this. Like, send you. So you have the. I'm going to have a little sip of this. Right, tell us about this gin. Tell us about Galanagal.
That one, Little Hearts, is its literal translation, and it is rose and hibiscus. So
Yes.
quite subtle, but definitely a line of floral note.
I think it's quite. See, I taste this, and I haven't opened any of your others, and I'm gonna I'm gonna do a generation game. So
Cast the window, yeah.
let's see if you can the difference, because your branding is so on point and beautiful. I want to be like this. But I think this has got really clear flavour profile, and I think it's going to be so the citrus, rose, and hibiscus. I think most of yours have got a citrus vibe to them, a citrus and floral. Actually, in all of them, I think. So yeah. I think this is quite clear. Is the citrus thing is that a thing? Is that what you do? Have you done that on purpose, or?
No, it seems to be. It makes for a nice base flavour. Yeah. So what I say to people is our plainest gin, for want of a better phrase, the gin Cardiff, our gin flavoured gin. I'd say blue, like blue. I'd say blue label, like blue stripe. Yeah.
If we could all do it, let me just do my generation game moment, because everyone needs to see why there is this look on my face, because there's a few things going on. Only one of them is the fact part of it's written in Welsh. so we have, right, I'm going to start with the one you've just referenced, and I love the fact you've given us colour coordinations, because we're simple folk, we buy with our eyes, we need to know what we do. So the first one, citrus, elderflower and vanilla. Can you remember the generation game music, David?
No, I'm so trying to think. We should have that.
I think. And I think we can explain why people get confused, or whether it's just me. Is because we have beautiful branding. Colour coding is so important. So this is was this first?
That would have been the first one, yeah. So that was the gin Cardiff, and then the St Clements were the original two.
Right.
So Clements was our lemon and lime, very heavier citrus notes than hence the orange.
Right, I wish I could show. In fact, I'm just going to show everybody the entire range as best I can, like this over your shoulder, because these bottles and this branding is absolutely stunning, and I am so lucky that I basically bullied Paul into saying, "Paul, tell me all of them because I love a set." Thank you. I use that. So, have they always been this way inclined? This branding, or is this a new thing?
This is new. We were. When I joined, it wasn't known as Cardiff Distillery or Still of the Night. It was known as Cathedral 73.
Ah, okay.
So our initial branding was Infusion 73.
Ooh, right, okay. Have you got any of that old branding, or have you been?
That's all gone, yeah. But it was different shape of bottle. The bottle we use now is called is a Titus. We used to use the Nocturne, which was the more rounded.
Right.
And it was, we had 2 flavours and 3 different sizes. It's sort of grown very quick. As I say, lockdown has been good for some folks, because we've just gone on and gone with it. The time where we were able to be open, Paul's sort of gone, right, we're going to change the branding. We'd been Cardiff Distillery, the Cardiff Distillery had been launched, and it was Cardiff Distillery at Cathedral 73. Cathedral 73 had been here for a few years before Paul and Julie took it over. So the logic was that if we move away from what we were, we rebrand, we rename, you can then stop doing the bits that you don't want to do because it's Cathedral 73, we're Cardiff Distillery. And the conversation sort of January, February last year was, how do you do that without impacting on the business? So if you want to redecorate the bar area, how do you close your bar Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and decorate enough of it so that you can open Thursday, Friday, Saturday again?
Yeah.
And it's like, we need to work on that, don't we? And then, hey, COVID came. It was like, well, we're shut. We're not going to give it all.
Have some time. Have no money, but no customers.
Yeah, so we sort of we converted the bar, we extended it, we changed it, we made it a bit more. It's not steampunk by any stretch, but it's certainly a little bit more industrial in decor than it was. We got rid of sort of chandeliers and put sort of, you can see the lights, the copper lamps and whatnot. I just made it a little bit more distillery themed rather than bar and restaurant.
Nice.
We're still a bar. We will be a bar and restaurant again one day soon.
That
day will come. We will be able to open.
Not far away.
Not far away. But in the meantime, it's that sort of, okay, we've had when we've been open, when it's been good, we've been able to get people in. We're lucky because there's a small garden area at the front. There's quite a big area at the back. So we put a marquee over the rear seating. We then, what was parking for probably 6-7 cars became more garden space.
Yeah. No one's driving anywhere.
Our logic is, if you don't need to park your car, you're coming out for a few drinks. So,
yeah.
Leave the car on. And then, we converted. We've got an outdoor pizza oven. So when the season comes around again, when summer comes around, we can do pizzas in the gardens as well. So
nice, love an outdoor pizza oven. This came first.
Yeah, Gin Cardiff and St Clement's were the first two. So that basically we say the Gin Cardiff is our plainer flavour. So yes, it's got you can taste the vanilla, you can taste the elderflower, but it's not flavoured.
Right.
There's people say, it's elderflower. No, it's not an elderflower gin.
Right.
It's got elderflower in it, but it's gin flavoured gin with.
So is that the one that you use as the base for the others?
No.
Okay, so
that's the one that we use as the base for the liqueurs we make. That's it, yeah.
I'm missing a collection here, David.
Yeah. So basically, we've also got a range of sort of 20% strength fruit based. So it was the Gin Cardiff that we would then use to make the Bramble liqueur, sake of argument. So it's the least heavily flavoured of our range.
And is this the Gin Cardiff? Is this the same gin that you had under the other brand, or did you?
Same recipe. That and the St Clement's have just we've just rebranded.
Okay. So those two, same contents, different beautiful branding and different bottle.
Same name, different logo, as it were. Yeah.
And then we've got 3 others over here before we even get to Calonvac.
Lady Sophia.
Right.
Named after Marquis of Bute's wife, and the park across the road.
Oh, is it named after who?
Marquis of Bute, who built most of Cardiff. So Sophia Gardens is the park across the road from us where they play the cricket. So Glamorgan County Cricket Ground is in Sophia Gardens.
Do you know what I'm going to say, David? I'm going to say this word. Oh, yeah. I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah.
Whereas the previous 2 were London dries, so that you macerate everything and then you distill it, and you get a clear liquid that comes out of the still. Lady Sophia is then a compound gin, so we take that London dry gin and it gets the cherries and the lemongrass, and it macerates again. Hence, it's got the colour from the cherry skins.
Cherry skin. Would you call it a cherry gin, or is it?
It's not a strong flavour, so it's there, and I certainly think the lemongrass cuts through. It is not sweet because the lemongrass cuts through the sweetness of the cherries, so it's quite subtle. It's a nice pink gin.
Nice.
A lot of pink gins are strawberry raspberry based, and a little bit too sweet.
All right. I want to ask you about this one. Fields of
Pontcanna.
Thank you.
Which is the neighbourhood we're in. We're in Pontcanna, Cardiff.
We are.
Oh yeah.
So tell me about this one: Tarragon, Galanagal, and citrus.
Yeah. So it's a citrus-based gin, made as a London dry, and then it's barrel aged, hence its colour. In Rioja barrels. And it's got tarragon and it's blue ginger. Galanagal is a blue Chinese ginger. So that one goes, rather than with, say, tonic or lemonade, it mixes quite nice with ginger.
Yes.
Yeah, ginger ale or even ginger beer. Yeah.
Very nice. But there's more. We're going to move on, everybody.
More.
Novello,
yeah, which is a violet gin. So it really is what it says on the tin. Really, again, made as London dry and then macerated through with a violet.
How sweet is it, or is there not much sweetness going on in this range? How sweet?
We do a Parma Violet liqueur, which is 20% and sweeter. That's still quite gin flavored gin, but it does very much have a flavour of Parma Violets through it. Yeah.
So, which one out of the family is your favourite?
Out of the initial 5, the start.
Oh, yeah.
I've got to say the St Clements for me.
Oh, is it? What is it that you like about this one so much?
It's quite a nice. It's got enough flavour in it to not just be a bog standard gin, but it's not overly heavy. I quite like it with just a plain tonic.
Yeah.
Again, it mixes with the things, you know. I know of people who drink that with ginger as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. A bit of
orange. The Callanvac is very nice, but it's very new.
So you're what? Which ones of this 5? I feel like the Callanvac is out over there on her own. Poor thing.
That was brought out. That was really brought out as a special. That was our sort of a Valentine's launch for that. So it literally launched the 5th of February. So it is very, very new.
So we really did get first dibs on a very special offer on a very new bottle. Which one? I'm always curious about this when a distiller has a set. Which one sells the best? Without kind of be like disclosing too much.
At the moment, certainly since Christmas, our big seller's been Poncana.
Which is
the coloured one, the green label, Fields of Poncana. Green
label, yeah.
all the watch straps across the top are all different colours. So you can actually, it's purely for our help as well, because there's nothing worse. You got 20 bottles and you haven't put a label. Which one's this again?
What a good from a customer perspective, easy visuals. Tina says, I have paired it with a pink peppercorn tonic, really nice. And Tina is talking about this one.
Yeah, that would go very nice with a peppercorn tonic, yeah.
Good chat, Tina. Tina is also asking, I feel she's a member with a vested interest, to be honest here, David. Do you do a box set of smaller bottles? I feel I need to try them all.
We do. We've got a 5. We haven't got the Callanvac in a miniature yet because we're not that organised because it literally is so young. But the original 5, I've got a box. Give me a second.
I'm also going to follow this with, can we put that on the shop, please? Good question, Tina. I'll speak with Tom. I think David's going to say yes anyway. This is one serious. Oh, 20 centilitre set. Yeah, let's see. It's like the generation game, waiting to see if you've won. What's he going to appear back with?
As I wander off the building to find what's a set of the 5, so they're all 50 mil, so double shot. What we call a taster set.
Can I put them on my shop, please?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you. There we go. Told you, everybody. Permission granted. Who needs all, apart from the distillation process and right, that's brilliant. We'll get that on because I think that's a lovely, beautiful looking set as well. So I'm going to ask you what's coming up. What's in the pipeline? I guess you've just launched the Callanvac, so
yeah, I think that's our newest one at the minute. We're also lucky. We contract distill as well, so there's other things in the pipeline for other people. Our next one will be a rum for ourselves.
Well, we'll take that as well. That one as well.
How far down the line we are from that, I'm not quite sure. But
right, okay.
That'll be the next one. We will have a rum.
Well, what about you? Gin or rum?
Gin.
Is
gin
it?
In a minute, still, yeah.
Everyone's loving it. Still loving it. Anything else we need to know? What else do we need to know about Cardiff Distillery?
We also run courses, so you can come and make your own gin at some point in the not too distant future.
Can I bring 221 francs?
Go for it, yeah, 2 at a time. But we actually have it's all on our website, so I won't bore you with the details. But we've got miniature stills, so you can literally go along, and one of our distillers, Adam, runs the courses in there, and he will help you create from the botanicals. If you want a heavily fruit flavour, you want a heavily floral note, so you want spiced notes. And we'll basically help you build, and then whilst you're there, it's made for you. Basically, yeah, and you get to take a bottle of gin home with you.
Well, and whatever people buy from the shop, sets of liqueurs. Tell us about the liqueurs quickly as well, because there's a growing number of members that like a liqueur, and we've got some list on the shop. So tell us what you've got in the liqueur range.
At the moment, we do a salt caramel, a Parma violet, passion fruit, rose petal, which is that's quite a nice one. And there's another one that there's 5 in the range at the moment.
And are they,
we did a Christmas one, but obviously that's quite seasonal. They're sort of 20%, and we say the bramble one is great in Prosecco. If you like Chambord, replace Chambord with what you'd normally replace the bramble with what you'd normally use Chambord for. They can drink, they're 20%. You can drink it on its own over ice. You can add lemonade to them. They pour into things like Prosecco really well.
I bet they do. Most things, to be fair, but
most things are Prosecco. So
the sort of stuff you make, I reckon they will go quite nicely in Prosecco. Thank you. You know where this is going. Are they available on your shop?
They are. Yeah.
Can we have them too, please?
I've got a set of miniatures here. We can look at those as well for you. Yeah. So there's the taster set. So they do the miniatures in the 5 gins or 5 of the liqueurs.
And what size are the liqueurs sold in?
I've got them in 5ml or 50ml.
Delicious. How exciting. Okay. So we know we can come and do a trip. We know that Calonvac is your new one, just launched in February this year, 2021. You are liking, which is yours, St. Clement's? Was that your favourite? You were St. Clement's.
It's a nice,
What is here's
Pontcanna seems to be the popular one since January. We've been out and about. Everyone's buying Pontcanna at the moment because it's different. It's not. We're in the middle. It's like, I'll try that. So
which is there an order? If you do a tasting event or anything, and I feel a tasting event coming on, by the way. I've got a sixth sense when I'm like, members should all buy the mini kit, so we should tasting events. Is there an order that you suggest people try them in? Like, do you
start with your gin Cardiff, and then work up towards probably the Novello as your last one. So gin Cardiff, St. Clement's, Lady Sophia, Fields of Pontcanna, Novello.
Lovely. Well, I will scroll through your shop, have a look. Let's get the mini packs on. I think they will go down really, really well. And then I need to get the rest of these on at some point if they're not on already. They are on already. They are already. But I also need to consume them as well. Because I know a distiller hates it when there is too much on your shelf that hasn't done it. I know this. So I will enjoy. I don't know where to start. Well, I'll start with. How do you pronounce it?
Gin Cardiff.
Thank you. We'll get started with that one. But this one has gone down really, really well with members. Thank you for that very special offer. We're very grateful for that as well. And so we'll look forward to when we do get to do a road trip to Cardiff in our sip and share minivan.
Fantastic, yeah.
It's in a plan somewhere on a whiteboard back there. We're coming making some gin. I don't know whether you want this to happen or not, David, to be honest. Barry, you'll be a little bit scared, but we'll just take over the entire place.
Sounds like a good plan, yeah. Fantastic.
All right, well, I will say cheers to you, and you can say cheers. And you can thank Paul for sending in the man of the hour, which is you. And we'll get these liqueurs and get these mini kits on, and I reckon that is a great advancement of where we are now. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And right, we'll say bye to everybody. Have a lovely Wednesday evening, and have a nice evening. I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much.